And it's 10 o'clock. A very good morning to you on Saturday, the 19th of December 2020. Welcome to this morning's United Kingdom Talk, coming to you from Bracknell in Berkshire. Those of you that were with us right at the very, very beginning when I switched on things, there was a few issues this morning. It might just be because I'm not here every morning, so I'm forgetting to do things. But there's a thing called a stream key. It's basically a long number. And it's supposed to remain the same, but I noticed it had gone on one of November's. I'm not quite sure what happened, to be honest. But it's all working now, and we had the time wrong as well, but never mind. It's all working now. Bit windy last night. God, what was it like where you were? It was really windy here last night. And this morning, I'm watching television this morning, BBC News. Was Naga on there? Oh, do you know, I can't remember. I wasn't paying much attention, to be honest. Wasn't paying much, but was watching BBC Breakfast News this morning, and suddenly the picture went off, and it poured down. That was round about 8:30, 8:45 sort of time. It absolutely chucked it down, and the picture went off. I completely lost all my satellite signal. That's generally not due to the rain. It's generally due to the amount of cloud cover. If it's really thick, because cloud is full of water droplets, and that mucks up. I nearly swore then. I just heard the word coming in my head before I changed it to mucked. Do you know what I mean? I sound like I've got smoke into It sounds more like Halloween. Oh, don't even go there, dear. Don't talk about Halloween, please. Please don't talk about Halloween. Talking of which, Halloween. Am I looking a bit blue this morning? I don't know if I'm slightly blue. Never mind, we'll leave it as it is. Talking about Halloween, I noticed one of those little Christmas pieces of music. Yeah, even that went a little bit wrong this morning. But nothing to do with a computer. That was nothing to do to this computer. That's coming up. Information is coming up that you want to hear, boys and girls. Yes, I noticed one of the little Christmas tunes. It sounded almost a bit Halloween, didn't it? Just see if I can find it again. If some people just join us as soon as we they wait till the show at actually 10 o'clock rather than sitting there watching the clock going round. But where is it now? Christmas. What have I called that? Royalty-free Christmas. Which one is it? I think it's this one. Is it this one? This is it, isn't it? It sounds almost evil, doesn't it? There you go. I've taken the blue out. That's a bit better, isn't it? I was looking quite blue this morning. Perhaps it changes the way... I don't know. I just moved the slider slightly across. So it did sound rather Halloween. Anyway, hope you enjoy our little Christmas things going on there. It's probably quite wet where you are. There's a few weather warnings going on at the moment, which we'll come to in a moment or two. And while I was sitting there watching the telly, I started flicking across something... what was it? No, it wasn't a depressing story that made me turn... Oh, sports news. Here comes the sports news. Oh, how boring is that? Although I have to say, it did make me smile yesterday when I saw... who's the footballer who had the hair transplant? Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney was there, and he was so proud. And he had his little boy there, and his little boy has signed up with one of Manchester United. I just happened to have that on the news. I hear the words, and here's the sports. Well, they don't get to the word news. I've turned it over already. But for some reason, I had it on, and there was his little boy sitting at a table in, presumably, Manchester United, and his dad was there, Wayne Rooney, and he's signing him up to the football team. What a proud moment that must be as a father. Don't you think? There's something very, very special about seeing fathers and sons do stuff together. It's like my nephew and his son. My nephew Gary and his son Harry, they go around in the van called the Fun Bus. The Fun Bus is a specially adapted van for my nephew's highly disabled daughter. And they call it the Fun Bus. And sometimes Gary and his son go out and whatever they're doing, shopping or whatever, or they come to see me, and they both sitting at whether like the Chuckle Brothers. I mean, I just happened to be on my bike one day. This is up in Lincolnshire, and I'd cycled all the way from my caravan to was going to my sister's shop. I stopped off at the co-op on the way there. This is months ago. Months ago, this is, and just propping my bike up against the wall. Oh, you don't need to lock it up there. Not like round here. My God, you don't need to lock it up. You just plonk it against the wall outside the co-op. You go and do your shopping. You come out and it's still there. Can you do that in Hackney in London? I doubt that very much. Maureen. I bet Maureen's with us this morning. Can you do that where you are, Maureen? Jump off a bike and just prop it up against the wall. Come back out 10 minutes later and it's still there. Well, that's what it's like when my sister is. And I came back out. I think I just got there and propping my bike up, and this van. All I heard was this black van pull up really close to me, and I thought, oh, you're a bit of a, aren't you? I won't look round. I won't give you the pleasure of me looking round and giving you a dirty look. And then eventually I did look round, and it's them two sitting there laughing at me, Gary and great nephew Harry and my nephew. I love it. And there is really, and my nephew takes his son football and things like that. And even around here, last night, funnily enough, I was at the garage. I went out for a ride last night. Gosh, that was nice. I haven't driven the car since I came back here over 6 weeks ago. Haven't driven the car. I came back down from Lincolnshire. Car's been in the garage ever since. And I thought, you need to take that out just for a quick run. So last night, did a little bit of stuff last night. And when and yesterday during the daytime, I put the car back in the garage. I'm just closing the door. And one of the other people on this particular road was out there. He's one of the people that fixes all the cars. You know what I mean? He always looks filthy dirty because he's underneath someone's car. Nice man. He's got a young family. And I'm sat in there chatting with him, and his little boy was sort of over there. I didn't know. It was his little boy, to be honest. And he's waving like this. And he's waving at me. I thought, why is he waving at me? So I waved back, and he come running over, and it turns out to be his son. And he was telling, what are you getting for Christmas? I said to him. He said, hoping to get one of those PlayStations, 500 quid. 500 quid for a child's present. I was talking to someone about the price of children's Christmas presents and to spend sort of £400, £500, £600 on a Christmas present. Now, is that a lot of money? You'll think I'm stupid even asking this probably. Is that a lot of money to spend on a child's Christmas present? Say 500, 600, 549, isn't it? I believe the price is $549. I think it depends which particular type of thing you get. This is the Sony PlayStation, right? Is that £550 the same as the money that my mother and father spent on a bike when I was 7 years old in 6 years old in 1969? Do you see what I mean? Is it a comparable amount to a spend? I don't know what that bike cost my mother and father when we lived in Peckham. Yellow bike it was. Round about 1968, maybe 1969, they bought me a bike. Nowadays, is that PlayStation sort of the same value? I don't think it is. I think it's far, far more expensive. If that bike... Yeah, it must have been, mustn't it? It must be. If that same bike would cost me £150 today, you can get an adult bike from places like Halfords for about 150 quid. So no, it's not, is it? It's a lot more. Anyway, so that's what he's hoping to get for Christmas, and I just happen to have a hard drive in my hand. Now he mentioned computers. He said I'm getting a. He didn't actually say a PlayStation. He said, I'm getting a computer. So, do you know what I got in my envelope when I pulled this hard drive out? I've got one here. Oh, it's fallen out of its caddy now. 1 minute. Yeah, I said, do you know what I got here? And I pulled this out of the envelope. I said, do you know what that is? And he said, no, what is it? I said, that's a hard drive. That's what comes in a computer. I always like, if a child asks a question, I always like to teach them something, And I said, this is a hard drive. All the computers have got one of these. This is an old-fashioned one. The new ones don't have any moving parts. And that was nice. And you see, he was doing something with his dad, and I just think that's very special when you see a son doing something with his dad there. Good morning to anyone who's new with us today. Welcome along. If you're in the chat box, just to let you know, I don't come in the chat box at all. That's for you to talk to each other. If you want to send me a message, you can either do it by email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, or you can send me a text on the texting number top left. Is that right? I think no, it's left. Is that left? See, it's different to me. It's on that side. I'm looking at the screen. It's here. Okay, so that's my right. So that's your left. I think it's the left. Top left-hand corner. The texting number is 07551 259 675. 07551 259 675 is the texting number. A couple of people sent texts. Actually, a lot of people sent texts already. Good morning to Mick Davenport. First text in this morning, Mick. Well done, Mick. Good morning, Mick. Jason Hughes, good morning. Rachel Wheatland, morning, Rachel. Diane Jebb, good morning, Diane. Mandy Davenport in the house, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And you as well, Mandy. We will be here Christmas morning, incidentally, I hope. I hope we'll be here Christmas morning. I will be up at our Lincolnshire Television and Studio Super Hub Radio and Television Complex. Fingers crossed, unless Boris changes his mind, which is quite possible. We seem to have a bit of a problem with virus levels down here. Well, I'm not in the southeast. I'm sort of south rather than southeast here. But we'll see what happens. Morning to Jeff Burley. Morning to Jeff and Linda. All right, Jeff and Linda. And good morning to Shania, who's on the Isle of Wight, who is still in Tier 1. I don't know how they've managed that. How have they managed to get into Tier 1? Because most of the time, Shania's going around people's houses, ferrying them into church. Yeah, you can barely move. That's all down to Shania. She goes around G'ing people up to get into church. She knocks on their door. 8:30 on a Sunday morning. Hello, are you up yet? Church at 10 o'clock. Come on. She pulls them out of the house. Get them down to the church. And yet, we're Tier 1. Oh, we're Tier 1. Oh, you want to hear them, dear? I don't think there's an hour that goes past without Vectis Humphreys, who does an excellent radio show on Vectis Radio, which is on the Isle of Wight. I don't think there's a single day that goes by without him saying, oh, we're still in Tier 1. God's sake. Morning to Fran Green as well, texting in this morning. Good morning to you, Fran. A little story about the Queen. Good morning to Colin Kay. Hello to you, Colin. Morning, Colin. Anyone new who's there today? Hello to you. Welcome to our little show. Maureen's there. There's our lovely Maureen. Good morning, Chris. I've been watching Dickensian on the BBC iPlayer. Thank you for recommending it. Did you not see it first time around? I'm so pleased about this. We did a show on Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday night. I can't remember what night it was. Lovely show. We had, I have to say, an excellent phone call from Danny Woodhouse. I don't know if he's there this morning. Good morning, Colin Kay as well. Colin Kay's there. A really good call from Danny Woodhouse. And very chatty. Very chatty. You know, some people are good at calls and other people maybe a little bit nervous. If you're ever nervous about calling in when we do have the phone numbers open, I do try and make you feel comfortable. If you're not like forthcoming, I'll instigate you. If you see what I mean. Is that the right word? Instigate. That sounds like some sort of torture thing, doesn't it? An instigate. Who fancies an instigation? Mind you, in Star Trek Discovery this week. Oh, don't. Star Trek Discovery this week. Very, very sad. Philippa's gone. The Empress. Or the Emperor. I think she's called the Emperor. She's gone. I couldn't believe it. She's not dead. She went to another universe or another time. She's gone. She was my favourite character. Gone. No more Philippa on Discovery. Now, where was I going? Why did I mention that? Star Trek Discovery. Why did I just mention that there? Where were we going with that one? Oh, it's gone out of my mind now. Did someone just send a message that I was referring to and it come across to Star Trek? Why did it come across to Star Trek? Can't remember. And we're going back to Dickensian. yes, that was it. Tuesday night. We talked about Tuesday, Wednesday. We did a show. Calls coming in. Then we got onto Star Trek somehow. How did we get to that? I don't know. Don't tell me. But we were talking about Dickensian. If you like Charles Dickens, all right, you're probably like me. You won't sit there and read a book. I get bored reading. Can't be reading a book at all, I'm afraid. But Dickensian is all the Charles Dickens stories, or a lot of them, all mishmashed into a series of programmes. There's quite a lot of them, okay? If you watch one a week from now, it will take you through, right the way through, probably to April. There's quite a lot of them. And it was out, I couldn't believe the date of it. 2015 was the last time I've watched that. And I've constantly looked on Netflix and the iPlayer waiting for it to come up again, and it never has. And I thought they might have stuck it on BritBox, but you've got to pay for that, and I'm a bit tight with the money. Don't like to pay for services like that. I'm happy with my free channels. Okay, well, last week I just happened to type it in, and there it was. It's back on the iPlayer. If you like drama, if you like old stuff, you know, was it 1800s, 1700s, 1800s, something like that. There's a little old lady in that who you will adore. She's drunk, although she's always looking for drink. A little bit like my sister, to be honest. Oh, God. She was on the telly the other night. Did you see her? They did a Tuesday night Martin Butler special type thing. It was his birthday. She was on there. Oh, beautiful hair, lips shining. Lips. She looked, I got to say it. She looked fantastic, my sister, on that programme the other day. Fantastic on the telly. I just wish she looked like that in real life. But there you go, it's one of those things, isn't it? One of those things. She looked fantastic. So Dickensian, please have a go of that. It's on the iPlayer, Dickenson. Great acting, great sets, great stories. Of course they are. Written by Charles Dickens. Have a look, BBC iPlayer. Glad you liked it. Boring. Morning to Ray Reynolds. Very good morning to Ray Reynolds this morning. Thanks for the text there, Ray. Fran reckons it's probably because there's not many people living on the Isle of Wight. Well, yes and no. I think that may well be part of it. Good morning to Gary Ross as well. But if they were all going in, if they're all going into the same shops, if there's less people, the percentages would still be the same, wouldn't they? I think they're probably sticking to the law around there. You know, I'm still trying to wonder why we got into Star Trek somehow. It was sad. I said to you, Philip left. No, Philippa left. Oh, do you know, I can't remember where we were going with that one. Star Trek Discovery. Never mind. Anyway, it was an excellent programme. And that's it. Good. Her Majesty have got one over on old Meghan and Harry, I see. Bye, Meghan. Bye, Harry. Who else is left now? Oh, Kay Burley. Bye, Kay. Thanks very much. Thanks for nothing, you cold-hearted old bag. Go on, off you go, my love. Bye. We never liked you. We never liked you. Bye. Oh, dreadful woman, dear. So cold-hearted. That face, dear. Does it ever smile? Only when she gets her money. And £600,000 a year she got for reading stuff off a TV screen. Do me a favour. Good morning, Paul in Cornwall. Morning, Paul. Paul says, good morning. Hope you're having a good stream. Thank you very much, Paul in Cornwall. The Queen's Christmas message in The Sun can be requested this year from, I won't say the word, your Amazon device. Ah! Have you got one of those, Harry and Meghan? Probably not. Fantastic. For the first time this year, you can request. She's well up on the tech. There she is. I bet she sits there on her mobile phone at night on Tinder, you know. I mean, she's got to get rid of that old bloke. I'm sorry, dear. You need someone young. You need a young bloke, Your Majesty. I mean, he's all right, Phil. I don't mind him. A lot of people, he says the wrong things. Oh, get real. That's all the people that are offended. The hard left. God knows we don't want to bump into any of those. F this and F that. Moan. I'm so glad I'm not someone who moans. I'm not someone who moans. I'm not someone who moans. She's well up on the old technology. I bet she's sitting there on the Tinder. Oh, that one's nice. She won't have a problem. She's 92 years old. You know what these young lads are like? I've seen them, dear. Going out with old, people who have completely lost their looks. They don't care. Once they've had a couple of jars down the pub, that's it. They start off at the pub with the young pretty girls, and you know what you're like. If you're a young pretty girl watching this programme, I know what you're like. You sit there and give these young lads the hardest time ever. Would you like to buy a drink? Would you like a drink? They go. I've watched them when I've been DJing there. And then the girls then tell all their friends, then look at the bloke, point and laugh, making him feel that big. Oh, you're really awful, girls. They have a couple of drinks, and as the night goes on, they just go for the old birds. The Queen would be all right. Very happily take the Queen to one of my mobile discos if I ever do them again. She wouldn't have any trouble getting off with some sort of 25-year-old. He might not stay the whole night, but that's all we're doing on there. That's all we're doing on there, dear. Don't want anyone ringing in and mentioning that disgusting word that someone did twice on Wednesday night. Rude word on Wednesday night on this show. Rude. All I'm saying is it involved a battery-operated device. Nasty. Anyway, the Queen's Christmas message can be requested this year from your Amazon device. How fabulous. You could wake up to her. I wonder if you could set the alarm to wake up to the Queen's Christmas message. My dad always used to have her on. It was a big highlight of Christmas Day. It would be the Queen's... Let's think. In those days, it was Top of the Pops, then the Queen's Christmas message, and then the big film of the day. That's how Christmas afternoons used to be at our very, very happy house with my mum and dad and my sister in Roehampton. And usually my two nans as well. Nanny Hayes and Nanny Ryan. How we miss them all, don't we, eh? Do you as well? Miss your grandparents? Miss your parents? I don't know if George Bond is with us today, but George, I think you live with your nan, don't you? Make sure you enjoy it. Okay, you'll miss her one day if she ever goes. It goes on in the Sun. The historic cutting-edge move shows Harry and Meghan are not the only royals capable of keeping up with new technology. From 3 o'clock on December the 25th, Her Majesty's annual broadcast can be heard simply by asking your Amazon device, play the Queen's Christmas Day message. How fabulous is that? It's a far cry from the first royal Christmas message from George V, which was broadcast on the radio in 1932. For the first time in 30 years, the Queen she's 94, not 92. The Queen, who's 94, and Prince Philip, who's 99, are staying at Windsor Castle instead of spending the festivities with family at Sandringham. The Amazon innovation comes after Harry and Meghan signed deals said to be worth £130 million with Spotify. Oh, they're not going to sing, are they? Or maybe they can sing. I don't know. I've never heard them sing. Harry and Meghan. Well, I hope it's better than Peter Andre and Katie Price all those years ago. Do you remember that? Oh, it was awful. Awful. Katie Price came on this big... Peter Andre and Katie Price, they came on this big stage and she was dressed as like the Snow Queen in all this white fur. I hope it was fake. I take a very dim view of people wearing animal fur. It's disgusting. Disgusting people wearing dead animals' bits. Oh, it's awful. You could argue that it's the same as me wearing a pair of old leather shoes, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Maybe they can sing. Do you think they sit there singing together? I don't know. Anyway, Amazon Europe Director Eric King says, after a challenging year, millions of people from across the Commonwealth will be eagerly awaiting Chris Reardon's will be eagerly awaiting Her Majesty's the Queen's message on Christmas Day by creating this world's first innovation, just as we did in 2012 with the release of the Queen's Christmas speech on Kindle. Oh, my sister's got one of those. She loves it. She loves her Kindle, my sister. She watches all programme, not this one. She don't watch or listen anymore, my sister. Must have said so. I don't know why. I can't think of anything I might have said that might possibly have upset my sister. We have a very, very typical brother-sister relationship. She hates me and I hate her. That's how it is. Got a brother or a sister of you? My dad used to row. Was it my dad? Yeah. No, not so much my dad. My Uncle Terry and his sister Auntie Shirley, no longer with us, unfortunately. I've got pictures. Do you want to see? Do you want to see pictures? I've got pictures. Hang on. 1 minute. Here we are. There we are. These two were brother and sister, right? They're both gone now, sadly. Both gone. Uncle Terry and Auntie Shirley. They used to row big. I mean, huge. But they're you know, they'd say hello and immediately break out into a row within minutes of seeing each other again. Seriously. Doesn't mean you don't love someone. You know that. Doesn't mean you don't love someone. It's just you just don't agree on anything. And believe me, my sister and me don't agree on anything. It's just how it is, isn't it? Anyway, it says because she uses Kindle a lot, my sister. By creating the world's first innovation, just as we did in 2012, with the release of the Queen's Christmas speech on Kindle, we hope that even more people will be able to enjoy the uplifting words of Her Majesty. I love it watching her on Christmas Day. Love it. This really is one for the history books and showcases just how far technology has advanced since the very first speech was delivered back in 1932. So good on the Queen there. Won't be any speech from Meghan, will we? I mean, if there was, who would listen? What's she going to talk about? Her acting career? Or Harry? What are you going to talk about, Harry? Go on, entertain us. We want to be entertained by the Queen, and she'd be sitting there all beautiful, 94 years old. But, you know, as I say, if she wanted one of those young lads, she'd get one like that. All she's got to do is go to a bar. Don't go early, my love. Don't go early, because at that point, the young lads are trying to chat up the pretty young girls. But they will give them a hard time. And by sort of midnight, they move in. Just, you haven't got to talk to them. Just stand at the bar, one will come over to you. You might even get your bum slapped, Your Majesty. Would you like that? When's the last time that happened? To me, about 20 years ago. It's one of those things, isn't it? What can you do? What can you do? Nice one, Your Majesty. Shania is listening to us in church. Oh, God, you haven't got us on the church speakers, have you? Oh, my God, blimey. Have you got Bluetooth? Have you got Bluetooth speakers in the church, Shania? Go on, log in and put me on. I promise not to swear. I try not to swear anyway. I know one slips out now and again, but who cares? Good morning to John Glazebrook. Morning, John. Is Matt there as well? My dear, dear friends, John and Matt, who have invited me over to dinner when all this nastiness is over. Can't wait, darling. Can't wait. John says, suffering this morning after my little operation. Oh, what if you had done? Oh, you had an abscess, didn't you, under your arm? Is that right, an abscess? Oh, is it a bit sore, is it, my love? Oh, poor thing. Go and have some chocolate, my love. Oh, sorry to hear that. Oh, there we are. John and Matt are in the house. Oh, there, you got Matt to look after you this morning as well. There we go. All right, my love. Not nice having an operation. I believe, I don't know if any of you have had one of these, one of the most painful things to recover from is a hernia or something like that, isn't it? Here we are. Shania, just watching on my phone, setting up family mass that starts at 12 o'clock this afternoon. Forgot to say hello from Tier 1. Here she goes again. Shania's on the other way. Oh, hello from Tier 1. Don't care. Hello from Tier 1. Right, if you're in the chat box and you're new, a very good morning to you. Just to let you know, I don't refer to the chat box at all while I'm live. Too many messages going up and down there. If you don't want to send me a message, please use the texting number up there, top left-hand corner, 07551 259 675. Or you can send an email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. There was an email earlier from Gary. Oh, where's my emails gone? There we are. There's an email here from Gary Ross, sent in a little bit earlier, who says, I've only been watching for the last 6 months or so, but the worst thing that I wish I had found your channel all those years ago when I suffered from bad depression. Oh, Gary. I know how that is. I know how it's something I suffer from. Really. If I'd have been watching, if I'd been watching Fan back then, I would have saved the NHS a few quid, and laughter in a good way keeps me and Leslie entertained. This is a lovely lady. And wanting more, we are now fans for life, mate. Hope you have a fantastic Christmas. Santa gets you everything on your list. I doubt that. You know, I'm looking sort of some 32-year-old lad with tattoos to come round on Christmas Day to me caravan. I can't see it happening. My mate keeps threatening to buy me to look something like that up on the internet for my birthday. He's been saying that for the last 5 years. He says, you're going to be getting a knock at the door. Just let them in. Honestly, that's what he says. Anyway, enough of me talking crap. See you soon. Thanks so much, Gary. I know all about that depression. It's vile. I thought it was all sorted out. I went to see someone about 3 years ago. The man at the specialist in the hospital sent me to see someone, and I saw her for 6 months, and it did help. It really did for a long time. And then back in October this year, it reared its ugly head. What happens is that lots of things are in your head most of the time. You know, lots of little things in my head most of the time, all sorts of things, and it builds up. You know, you just keep on top of it. You just about keep on top of it, and then one thing happens, and it can be so tiny. One thing can happen, just such a tiny thing. You could lose a fiver. Lose a fiver down the back of your seat, and that tiny little thing, if you're like there, right, there's where your depression is. So there's where you are. There's where your depression is, right? And there's one little thing, boom, and that's it. Bang, you're out. And it's awful. Awful. I know where you are, Gary. I know where you are. Really. There are people out there who would say to you, you've just got to get on with it. They don't know. I know. I know, Gary. All right? I know a few people with depression. For whatever reason, it's prevalent in the stuff that I do. Believe me, DJs. Oh, my God. DJs, drag queens, entertainers. Look at Robin Williams. He had everything. What else could he possibly want? Killed himself due to depression. That's really extreme. I couldn't do that. I think, and then there's those people. Oh, he or she took the easy way out. It's easy to kill yourself? Don't be so stupid. People that talk about nothing they know about. You've just got to get on with it. If you come across someone that says you've just got to get on with it, they're not the person to help you. They're not. I know where you are. I know where you are, Gary. Or where you were. I don't know where you are at the moment with that, okay? But the people who with the worst depression, I'm telling you, are those that hide it the best. You okay? Yeah, I'm fine today. Yeah, I'm great. You sure? Yeah, I've had a fantastic time. You close the door, you go indoors, and you cry. Am I right? Anyway, Mandy says, me and Mick have got some great news. We're going to become grandparents. Oh, number 6 next year. Congratulations. Congratulations. I will say, Gary, and I'm not inducing you to have a child or anything, but children really help. They really help. When you've got these little people, not when they're teenagers. I actually think most children should be ejected from your household about 13. There's a problem then. I think I was a terrible teenager. Terrible. What? No. I think later on for me, about from 16, I was terrible. Terrible. I do not know how my mother and father put up with me, but not once did they turn their back and say, get out. Not once. Not once. I cannot sit here and tell you one thing that my mother and father did wrong. Amazing, isn't it? That's what sort of parents I had. I know some of you didn't have the same thing, but I do feel that certainly if you've got little children, it's fantastic. And they're running around. Some of them get a bit cheeky. Already, George, great nephew George, who's in Cyprus, has become cheeky, I'm afraid. I was on the phone to my niece on a FaceTime call to my niece just last week. George comes on. Hello, you old man. Don't laugh. That's what he said. Hello, you old man. What a blooming shame I'd already sent the Christmas presents up. Now, what's he got? He got the Guinness Book of World Records. He likes reading. He's highly intelligent. Do you know what I would have done? I would have opened that book, put cat poo in it, closed it and put that in an envelope and sent that to him. Ah! Not so funny now, is it, little boy? Ah! Hello, old man. That's what he said to me on the phone. Rude. Rude. The little ones are all right until about 7. I think about 7 is the kick-out period. Or the kick-off period. That's when they become cheeky. It's happening with Harry as well at the moment. I ring up his dad, my nephew. All right, Gary, we're chatting away. He comes on. His little lady appears in the screen. What do you want? Do you know what he said the other day? So I'm chatting away to his dad. Is it that weirdo again? It's not funny. But they're still okay at that age. They'll have a little bit of a laugh. I always laugh when I pick him up and throw him on the floor. Or I phaser him. But 13, oh, no. Bye, get out. That's when you have to put them in homes. They get to 13 years old. No more of that. Thank you very much. Do you know what? The battery's dying on my mobile phone here. Okay, I'll have to watch that. Anyway, congratulations once again to Mandy and Mick Davenport. Going to become grandparents again. Number 6 due in June this week. How fantastic. But that is one thing, Gary, that lifts you out of depression. Simply seeing little people running around. It's like that little boy last night. My mate's, I say my mate, I don't know him that well, but one of my neighbour's little boy, he waved to me. I don't know who he was. He's obviously seen me probably walking around picking up the litter. You know, waved to me, come running over just to say hello. And that means so much. It really does. Thanks so much to Gary for the email there this morning. Michael Parman, good morning to Michael. Hello, Chris, looking fine, I must say. Have a fantastic weekend. You as well, Michael. You have a lovely weekend as well, sir. It's not bad, is it, eh? Dan Woodhouse is in the house this morning. I don't know why, Dan, but your messages keep going into my promotions folders. Let's just see if I can permanently put them into primary. There we go. Could you just try and send me another email now? Dan. And I can check that's going into the correct folder now. Always, rather than just the once. Thank you very much, Dan. Denise says, morning, Chris. I must say, I've spent over £300 on each of my grandchildren. Lego is very expensive. It's amazing. I don't know how it is so expensive. It's bits of plastic. I mind you, it's the same as buying a part for a car. Not that you or Alton would ever have accidents. He's a damn good driver, Alton. But £300 on each of my grandchildren. Lego costs an arm and a leg. 7 and 5 year olds. The older one got half as much. Don't tell them that. Don't ever tell them that. Oh, just imagine it now. Harry and Evie, two of my great nieces and great nephews. By the way, Evie, there's your present. Harry, there's your present. And by the way, Evie, your present cost half as much as Harry's. Don't ever say that. Can you just imagine it? Now, I've got my great nephew Harry plays the bingo. Where we do bingo, and he won a water bottle the other week, didn't he? And I'm going to have to take him around the water bottle, right? But she didn't win anything, and I think I might have to just take her one as well. Can you just imagine it? The tears. Why haven't I got one? Because Evie, great niece Evie, she thinks she's good at crying, but there's no tears. She's not very good at it. There's no tears, and she'll stop like that. There's no tears, Evie. You're really not very good at that, my love. Who was good at crying when they were a child to get what they want? Hey? Oh, do you mind if I have a bit of this? Dan Woodhouse, you're dropping into the correct folder now. I think I've sorted that. Oh, dear. Now, let's have a look here. What else have we got here? I'll tell you what I watched this morning on the telly. I turned it off. How was on. Do you remember How? New version, of course. How? With Fred Dinage. Do you remember that? How? Excellent programme. Well, they got a new version on. It was on Children's BBC this morning. And it's not the same as when we were kids. When it was sitting behind a desk, all sensible. Now, they're mucking around all the time. It was all right, but they're like playing around all the time rather than just giving us the information. For those of you that don't know, How was this children's programme, and it was a bit like Blue Peter, I suppose. It was on ITV. The main man was Fred Dinage. There was another bloke on there who did a country programme. Old bloke he was. I can't remember who else was the host, but the main man was Fred Dinage, who was on Southern Television, and then TVS. I think Meridian as well. Actually, he's been on the telly years. He must be in his 80s now. I don't know if he's still on there now. And they told you how things worked and showed you gadgets and things like that. And what got me interested this morning is that they had an air cannon. An air cannon. Now, there are small versions of this. You may have seen them in children's entertainer shops and toy shops. They've certainly got them in Hamleys, right? And it's like a gun, but it's like a tube. Just a tube. You don't put bullets or ball bearings. You don't put anything in this thing. You simply pull back this piece of plastic, right? Which is on some sort of spring or elastic. I don't know how it works. And then you let it go and it fires basically a bit of air at you. And you can feel it. If I was like over here and you were over there and I went with this air and it's just air that comes out. What a fantastic toy for kids. Don't you think? No bullets. No one's ever going to get hurt. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Well, it was like a very large version of that. It was almost like, how can I describe it? Like barrels, like beer barrels. Say if you put 2 or 3 of those in a long line, and then on one side, it had this piece of plastic, I suppose, like a thick plastic sheet, which had a little pull handle on it, okay? And some sort of spring affair inside to pull it back. And they got one of the presenters to stand on the other side of the room And the other presenter, this whole thing was on a big stand. It was quite big, but about wide, wide. And they pulled the plastic back, and it went and let it go, and it went. Pfft, and they also put some smoke in there, a little bit of smoke, so you could see what was happening. And it went. Pfft, and you saw this air travel out. Well, it nearly knocked the other bloke over, or the woman over. It was hilarious. I want one of those. I'm going to surround my caravan with those so we don't get people annoying me. Keep back. No one will get hurt. Well, mind you, I say that. I think it could possibly have knocked the person over. It did seem to be quite powerful, this thing. But a wonderful thing that was. Really good. So that's how on the CBBC or the Children's Channel. I don't know what it was. I mean, it was okay. It was a bit silly. The programme was a bit silly rather than it was informative. But these people were mucking around, like they do on children's programmes now. Maybe they used to do that when we was children and we just didn't notice. I don't know. It just seemed to be a bit silly rather than... I mean, when you look at the Blue Peter of when I was a child in the 1970s, the main person, I think, was actually Valerie Singleton. She was the main one, really. And John Lokes and Peter Purvis, and then Leslie Judd. And then I came out of it after that, I think, after Leslie Judd. And it was, they used to have a laugh, but it was fairly seriously informative. Educational. Educational is the word. Educational. Well, this is still educational, but it's a bit silly as well. So maybe that's just the way things are. Danny, thank you, Danny. Yep, that's got in the correct folder now. Thank you, Danny. Let's just clear those down a little bit. Good. So that's that there. Have I done that? Done that. Just a minute now. Let me keep up with you, my loves. There we are. Don't forget, gang, if you want to talk to me, feel free to send a text 07551 259 675 or use the email chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Rachel says, Ivor, the engine is being revived. Will we still have the Welsh accent or something from one of the other Commonwealth countries to tick a box at the BBC? Is it BBC or ITV, that one? We need the Welsh. If it's not the Welsh voice, I'm not watching. Got to be Welsh. Ivor the engine was always Welsh. From the valley. Perhaps Gary Owen could do it. Gary Owen, our friend, also on YouTube. I don't think he's been doing shows for a while. I don't know if he's still doing them or not. Now, hello to Michael Lawrence. Good morning, Michael. Hope you have a nice Christmas and a Happy New Year. And a big Happy New Year and a Happy Christmas to you as well, Michael. All right. Now, on the show today, we will be giving away this wonderful... Light up Christmas... Oh, it don't light up anymore. Oh, the wires come out. Oh, no. Look. The wires come out. Oh, no. Oh, Denise. What's happened, love? Well, now, here is the perfect DIYer's dream. This is an X light up wreath that doesn't light up anymore because the wires come out. Yeah, look, come here, look, it's come out, and there's only one hole, so I don't know where it goes. Oh no. Oh well, the wreath is still nice though, isn't it? I've only got the one. Oh dear. I mean, that looks all right, doesn't it? Don't need the lights. I mean, the lights spoil it, to be honest. It seems to have broken. How disappointing. Never mind. Anyway, we're raffling this off today. Okay? So a little bit later on, we will be drawing today the raffle tickets for this. Now, I will attempt to get it down to the post office. If there's a massive queue, I won't go in there. I'm trying not to mix with people. All right? But you now have another opportunity to get raffle tickets. If you would like to be in the raffle for that this morning, please text or email now and ask for a raffle ticket. You can only do it on the text or the email. Remember, gang, I do not come into the chat box at all anymore. Not at the beginning, middle, or the end. All right? So if you'd like a raffle ticket for our... non-lighting up beautiful Christmas wreath as made by the beautiful Denise Andrews, who's incidentally, it was her birthday on Thursday, and it looks like her husband Alton spoilt her a lot, so congratulations. I hope you had a lovely time there. Text in now, 07551 259 675. All you've got to do is say raffle ticket, please, and I'll give you a raffle ticket for that, my darlings. All right. Computer news. Oh, thank you. Here we go. Diane Jeb, 195 Diane. I'm really sorry about that. The wire seems to have come out. I mean, I'll have a quick look before I put it in the post, but I'm not hopeful, to be honest. I'm not too bad with electric stuff, to be honest. Jason Hughes, ticket number 196 for Jason Hughes. 196 for Jason Hughes. John Glazebrook, ticket and 197. Matthew. Oh, I haven't got your surname. Why haven't I got your surname there, Matthew? Oh, dear. Maybe I can quickly look you up. Gardner. Matthew Gardner, ticket number 198. Fran Green, ticket number 199. Mick Davenport, ticket number 200. We will be doing this raffle today, all right, my loves? There you go. Put those in there. Anyone else? Oops. Where can I put? I'll put that back on the floor. Mandy Davenport there. Ticket number 201. Thank you, Mandy. Anyone else for the Christmas wreath? Ticket number 201. We're hoping to do a show on Christmas morning, but early Christmas morning, okay? Somewhere after 8 o'clock, maybe as early as 8 o'clock. Christmas morning we'll be here, okay? Doing one of these video shows. No radio show on Christmas morning. I had to cancel that because I'm doing some stuff for the church on the internet as well. All right, anyone else want to raffle tickets? For our beautiful Christmas wreath, which may or may not light up when you get it. Ask now by email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk or text message 07551 259 675, okay? Gary Ross, 2 tickets, Gary. Sadly not. 1 ticket, Gary. 202, Gary. Gary Ross, 202. Thank you very much there. What's that? He's even sent 2 texts in the hope of getting 2 tickets. I don't think so, Sunshine. You take the mick. I'll send you back into the depression by only giving you 1 ticket. It's upset you now. Look at him crying. All right, Gary. There you go. Jeff Burley. Thank you, Jeff. Ticket number 203 for Jeff. I don't know if my nephew's watching this morning, but I must thank him, Jeff. I must tell you, he popped round to my caravan, the Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex yesterday, just to go in and dropped some food and that into me. He had some food left over for something and dropped some food in there. And he noted, unfortunately, the bit where the floor's been fixed is fine. Next to it is now really soft. So I must thank my nephew, just in case he's watching today. He went round there and temporarily has put a metal plate over the top. What I think is, I don't think there's a leak. He had a look and it's not stained at all. Right, so we don't think there's a leak there. What I think's happened is that where that bit was wet and that bit's been cut out, I might be completely wrong. I'm not a DIY person. Where that bit was wet and that's been cut out, the bit next to it has now gone soggy. So I'm thinking that while that was wet, it's a bit like a sponge, isn't it, wood? So I think it's travelled across and it's gone spongy. Unfortunately. So my nephew's put a big metal plate over it. So I need to thank him very much for doing that before I get there. Poor Uncle Chris will go in there and his leg will go through the floor. But then you won't get your Christmas presents, will ya? No. Thank you. Morning to Jenny Sam. Morning, Jenny Sam. She plays the bingo. 204, Jenny. Thank you, darling. Jenny Sam, 204. Anyone else want a raffle ticket? It's happening today, the raffle. Okay. All right, anyone else? Speak now or forever hold their tongue. So I was talking to you about how, also, those of you that remember Cracker Jack, Cracker Jack! Would you like a Cracker Jack pencil and pen? No, thank you. My Parker one is much better than that. This wonderful. This is. Pens keep dying on me at the moment. Does that happen to you? You know when you get like a normal pen like that, right? You see all that ink in there, and it just stops. 2 this morning. 2 pens have died on me this morning. I would imagine my pens don't. Do my pens last very long? They're just useless. Not the Parker pen. Goes on and on. You spend the money, you get what you pay for. Get what you pay for. And they were talking that Cracker Jack is going to be on the telly as well. I know it's a children's programme, but you know how it is. We're all older children, aren't we? All older children. So Cracker Jack will be on BBC One on the 23rd. So 2 days before Christmas Day. I think sometime in the morning if you want to watch that, okay? Cracker Jack! That's the one. Cracker Jack! Michael Pullman, thank you. He wants a raffle ticket. 205 for you, Michael. 205 for Michael Pullman. Asking by email. Thanks, Michael, baby. In the pot down there with all the rest of them. Anyone else want a raffle ticket? Nice and quick. 07551259675 or email chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. So that's that. What else have we got here? Computer news. Computer news. Not so much with this show, but I was having. Oh, thank you, Paul Adamson. Sorry, Paul Amsterdam. Oh, where's my tickets gone now? Paul in Amsterdam says, ticket crease, looking forward to, what's he say? Flying back to the UK on Monday. Oh, that's handy, Paul. So if you win, will I be able to post it to the UK rather than Amsterdam because that'd be cheaper? Will I? Do let me know, dear. 206 for you there, my love. 206. Yes, the computer. Now, I have the way this programme and the radio show come to you is via 2 computers. There's one computer sitting right in front of me. Connected to that are the cameras, everything else, and it sends the show out to you. Oh, fab. I'll be able to send it to him in the UK. That'd be handy if you win it. All right. So there's a computer in front of me. Connected to that computer is cameras. The sound goes in there, and it sends the show out to you, right? The other computer, and it's the same at the caravan. There's 2 computers that work, everything there. The other computer is the one where the news stories come from and the music is played out of. That's the more powerful one. It also is how I edit videos and sound, and I do everything on that. Okay, everything is done on that. And I've been having an ongoing problem with that for some time now, with a stuttering. Now, to the video show, don't really make much difference, to be honest. The radio show was a problem because I'd be playing a tune and it would simply stop for about anything from between a fraction of a second to 5 or 6 seconds. Absolute nightmare. And I tried to repair this thing without any success. I have a friend who used to work in Curry's and he was very good. I mean, he spent hours on the phone with me trying all sorts of scan discs, and in the end I thought, well, let's try resetting the machine. Now, resetting the machine means you need to take off your stuff like music, because what you're going to do is wipe it clean. You're going to completely wipe it clean and start again. So I did that and I tried to reset it, and it got so far and it just come back to me and says, I have been unable to reset this machine. Okay, tried again, same thing. Then I did something else with, I've got like a recovery drive, you know, which is here somewhere. I don't know, it was something. I've got something, oh, here it is. I've got a recovery drive, you see, right? So when that fails, you put that in and you try and do it from that. That didn't work. It started resetting and it got to 7% and stuck there for hours. Tried it again, got to 8% and stuck there for hours. And then I tried something else and that was it. Didn't want to know. And after I'd done this other thing, it wouldn't even check the disc, wouldn't even scan the disc. And it was at this point I gave up. I've done everything I can. I don't know how to put a new hard drive in. I looked at it. it seemed incredibly complicated. And it looked to me like you had to have the other one working to transfer that stuff over onto another one. And you don't really want to do that anyway, because if you've got some computer programming thing wrong on that disk, if you copy it onto another one, it's still going to be there, isn't it? And all these people, kind people that tried to help me, had been screaming on at me to replace the hard disk. And then I bit the bullet. And I put a note on the We Love Bracknell Facebook page, recommendations for computers, repairs. And fairly quickly, people suggested things. So yesterday I did my radio show. I used the laptop to play the music out. I've got back up, you know. And I went to after the radio show, I looked on the We Love Bracknell website, and there were 2 shops that had been recommended to me. So I rang up the first one, and someone answered, and I explained to him what it was, and he quoted me £260. So the £260 was for a new solid state hard drive on which the operating system and all the programs would reside on, very quick, and a 2 terabyte new mechanical drive for my data, like music, photos, that sort of thing. Right. So now, instead of having one large mechanical, you've got like basically a large chip and a mechanical. Quoted me £260, so I said, thank you very much. It sounded Asian on the phone, which immediately made me think you'll be able to do it. Because in my experience, I don't know why, but often I've gone into little shops, and if there's Asians working, not necessarily from Asia, British Asians, if they're working in a computer shop, you're guaranteed that they're going to be able to do the job. It's funny, isn't it, how different races seem to be particularly good at some certain things. Like Polish builders. Polish builders, they don't stop until the job's finished. And with Asians, with computers and also money, I think Asian people or British Asian people seem to be particularly good at accounts. And we've got one as Chancellor of the Exchequer, haven't we? British, someone of British Asian appearance. I don't know if he's where his parents were from down the line somewhere, but he seems to be very good at his job. So there's certain races that seem to be good at stuff. Computers, Asians, yeah, fantastic. Anyway, but 260 sounded a little bit pricey to me, to be honest. I was expecting something around the figure of 200 for that. By the time you've bought the things and all that, I haven't actually got the... I think... Did I bring the receipt up here? Because it was all broken down. No, it's not. It's not here now. Oh, I've left it downstairs. I meant to bring that up to read to you. Never mind. So that was that. Then I rang... and he said, bring it in Monday. You should have it back by Wednesday. Which was perfectly acceptable to me. Okay, thank you very much. Put the phone down. So I thought I'd ring the other one then, just on the off chance. And the other one was in Crowthorne, which actually is not too far from Lidl, where I go. It's a car journey. And I rang it was a lady who answered, actually. Lady. And explained to her what was. And she says, okay. She says, yes, we can do that for you. I said, can I have a quote, please? She said, okay. Well, it's a standard solid-state hard drive, terabyte drive. We'll clean it up for you, check everything else. Make sure Windows 10, make sure it's all working. Obviously, you don't want to bring it back home. And so they put it on a screen and everything and do stuff to it and what have you. And she said £190. Okay, that's substantially cheaper, isn't it? That's like 70 quid cheaper. Some people think... Do you know, some people don't think 20 quid is a lot of money. I still think that's a lot of money, 20 quid. I would die if I spent 20 quid in a pub. I bet old John and Matt don't want me in your pub now, do you? If I spent 20 quid in a night in a pub, I would die. £10 maximum, dear. I'm serious. So 70 quid to me sounded like a lot of money. And I thought, well, yeah, go on, give it a go. I thought, yeah, okay. I said, okay, can you tell me what the turnaround time is? She said, well, it's 11:15 now. This is when I was speaking to her on the phone. She said, if you bring it round now, you'll probably have it back by tonight. What? You know, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, yeah, go on, give it a go. So, put the phone down, took the wires out. Listen, if you're going to take a computer into a shop, you know where the wires are. If you've got more than a mouse and one, peripheral plugged in, number them. Number them. So you put them back in the same place. Put little labels around the wire where the plug is. Number 1. Unplug it and then put a number 1 on the socket on the computer that you've just unplugged it for. Then when it comes back, oh, was it that one there or that one there? No, you want to put stuff back in the same place. So I labelled everything and took the computer down to the computer shop. In the car we went, and off we went, and I'm there in like 13 minutes or something like that. Parked down the side roads, no problem parking here. Not like London. Oh dear. They can't park there, mate. On goes that ticket, thank you, £150 fine. God knows how anyone's got a car in London, to be honest. Awful, isn't it, eh? Awful. And dropped it in there. Got to the door, and it's like a little shop. Little shop in a high street type thing. You had to ring the bell. You're not allowed to go straight in. Same with a lot of shops at the moment in these terrible, terrible virus times. Pushed a button. She just went like that. So I come in. Immediately, a bloke come from round the back with mask on. It's not old. It's about the same age as me. Is that old? Great nephew George says, "Oh, you're really old." I think he needs a slap. And he came, all right, mate. He said, just put that on there for us. So I put it and stood back. I'm very good at that. All right, tapped it on the top. Okay, what's up with this then? So I told him the problem. It's been hesitating. And I tried to do scan disks, put that in, and now it won't do anything. Okay, he said, new hard drive. Right, okay, so you know that straight away. He said, yep, new hard drive. I said, okay, well, what's going on? What was causing the hesitation? He said it will be bottlenecking. So I suppose, and I'm not a computer expert, I think I'm pretty good at them now, but I'm nowhere near an expert. I suppose bottlenecking, it's the same as sort of a road, right? So you're driving along a motorway. If the motorway's really busy, you come along the side road and you're trying to join it and you can't get in. I would assume that's the same as the music that was coming off the hard drive and trying to enter into my computer. I'm just guessing that's how it is. Right. Okay. He said, I bet you've got a Seagate in here. I said, what's that? He said, the hard drive. He said, have a look at that. And there's a chart on the wall behind him. Okay. And it says failure rates for specific brands of hard drives. I hope I'm not losing you technically here, boys and girls. All right. I'll finish this in a minute. I know technical stuff isn't of interest to me. It's not of you, many people. It's not to me, to be honest. I'm just telling you what he told me. So on this wall is a chart, and it's like that, like that, like that. And there's this one here, right? And it's failure rates and years. So year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. And he says, and the one in the middle is Seagate. I mean, if all the others are about there, the Seagate one is there. That's the failure rate. Okay? So he says, I bet you got a Seagate in there. Pulled off the side, pulled the hard drive off. Guess what? Seagate. Have I got it here? Did I bring it up here? Where have I bought that? Is that it here? Hang on. No, that's not the one, is it? No, that's not the one. I think it's downstairs. Oh, is it this one? No, that's a Western Digital. Seagate. Oh, Western Digital. Yeah. That's downstairs, and it was a Seagate. He said, "Yeah, that's your issue." He said, "What do you want then?" I said, "Well, I've got an idea what I want. What do you recommend?" He said, "Put in a solid state drive for your programs and that, and put in the other one." He said, "What do you want? 250 gig?" I said, "Or 500?" I said, "Oh, I don't know really." He said, "Well, it's a £40 difference, something like that." I said, put in the 40, put in the 500. So he put a 500 solid state hard drive and a 2 terabytes mechanical one for my music and video work and all that stuff. And he said, okay, yeah. He said, give us your phone number. Took my phone number. And he said, well, give you a ring later. Fine, great. So I got back here. It was about 1 o'clock, 1:15. Had some lunch. Went to bed. I just thought I'd close my eyes for a little while because I usually sleep in the afternoon. But when I left the shop, I thought you know exactly what you're talking about. Do you know what I mean? You know, sometimes you're talking to someone and they're either not listening or they don't know what the hell they're talking about. God knows how many people we come across like that, you know. When I'm explaining something to you or telling you a story or something, if I don't know really what I'm talking about, I will tell you, you know, I'm not a doctor, but this is what I think. An opinion rather than an expert talking to you. There are certain things I know a lot about. Renewable energy, solar panels, that sort of, you know, there is some music. There are things I know a bit about, but I would always say I'm not an expert, but you get the people on the Facebook. Oh, they're all experts, aren't they? My brother-in-law says that and all. Oh, Christ, you don't want to put something on Facebook. All the experts come along and tell you what they think is what. On the other hand, they are sometimes people that are trying to help you with something, you know. So, but as I left that shop, I thought, you know exactly what you're talking about here. But it was still a bit of an issue in my head. What if he does this and it still doesn't work? Anyway, so I closed my eyes and it got to about 4:15 and the phone hadn't rang. And I thought, should I? I don't like to ring. I don't like to pester people. I hate pestering people, you know. Oh, should I ring or should I not? Oh, I don't know. Bearing in mind the shop would close at 5. I got to about up past 4 and I thought, oh, it still hasn't rung yet. I'll give her a ring. So the girl answered. Hello there, it's Mr. I dropped my computer off earlier for repair. There's no rush at all if you haven't been able to do it yet. But do you need me to come down? What's your name, please, Mr. Reardon? It's Mr. Reardon. Oh, yes, it's all done. What? 4 hours? Not even 4 hours. If I left that shop, he must have started work straight away. I left the shop at 1 o'clock and by 4:30 it was done. Wow. That is service. You wouldn't get that in Curry's, would you? You absolutely wouldn't get that with Curry's. Fantastic. So I went downstairs, put my clothes back on, made myself a cup of tea to go with. I can't leave the house without a cup of tea. Got in the car, went down there, and there was a queue outside. Unfortunately, it was a lady and a man and me, because only one person in the shop at a time. So the lady's gone in, she's buying something, and the bloke's gone in, he's bought something, and then I go in, and my computer's sitting there, and it's got 2 wires attached to it. I think they were testing it out probably. But there you go, all done for you. Thank you very much. And they gave me the invoice. £190 altogether. I think the 2 terabyte hard drive was £55. And I think the 500 gig solid state drive, I'm just off the top of my head here, was about 80 or 90. Does that sound right? And he hardly charged me at all for labour. There was hardly anything on there for labour. It was certainly no more than 60 quid, which I thought was an absolute bargain. You wouldn't get that in Curry's, mate. Absolutely not. And when you go in this shop, it's a mess. It's a bit like actually my brother-in-law's shed. Now, to me, I expect he walks in, he knows exactly where everything is. And I bet it's the same for that bloke in that shop. It may look a mess to you, and if this room is a mess, you want to see it in here. There's just stuff all over the floor. Of course, because, you know, I've just put the computer back in. It's not quite back in place yet. But it was all done, and he said, I've cleaned it out for you as well. It was filthy inside. Well, I thought I'd done that. I had the Hoover in it just before I took it down there because I didn't want the embarrassment. It was filthy inside. He's cleaned it all out. And it's all done. £190, please. And I happily handed over me, touched it with the, you know, the mobile phone thing type thing. And paid, and off I went. Came back here. Can't wait, can I? Can't wait. Straight up here. Started plugging it in, put it in the screens. on came the Windows logo. Of course, there's nothing that of mine on there now. No software, no music, nothing like that. And I started loading it all on. And I achieved quite a lot last night. I was so busy yesterday. I like to be busy. And that does actually... I don't know if that helps with depression or not, really. It certainly takes your mind off things, you know? It does. The busier you are, the less depressed you are. I think... When I think actually perhaps about elderly people, certainly my mother, she had terrible depression after my father died. And... but you don't, at the time, you don't know what to do because you're very busy. You're a young person. You're very busy at the time, aren't you? You know, you don't know what to do. But now I experience it. I know what the answers are. Well, I don't know if it is an answer to keep busy all the time, because as soon as you stop being busy, you might, unless you tire yourself out, you know, then you sit there on your own, telly's on. Not fun, is it? Anyway, so yesterday I managed to install my printer. That's working now. I managed to install my money program. That's because I'm self-employed for my accounts. That's on there. The music's on there. The music software's on there to play out to the radio show. Skype is now back on there, so people can call in when the phone numbers are open. I managed to put my pictures on. I managed to put my videos on. We've swapped over browsers. I now use Edge exclusively rather than Chrome, because I've noticed Chrome use up an awful lot of resources. Edge is much faster. I found I did have all my favourites stored as a files, which I could have imported, but I decided to just put them in manually, one after the other again, as and when required. So I put all the newspapers are along the top of my address bar and all that, and the stuff I use for the show. That's all done. I haven't done the jingles yet for this show, like whipping sounds and things like that. That's not on there yet. And we're up and running again, and it seems to be working fine, so I'm really pleased with that, and that was money well spent. I do not think at all that I was ripped off for that work. For that to be done in 4.5 hours, marvellous, blooming marvellous. So that's my computer news. I hope you enjoyed that little story. And it's nice to know that shop's there. Really? I was a bit concerned, because when you hand over a computer to someone to deal with, you don't really know who they are. A little bit like, I don't know, the nuns walking around in the war, pretending to be nuns when they weren't. They were German spies or whatever. You don't know that computer man. But what put my mind at ease is when I went in there, apart from immediately trusting the bloke, immediately. You get that sixth sense. Is he all right? You don't want to hand your computer over with all your passwords, because they're all on there, aren't they? If you've saved them, so all you have to do is click on, it doesn't ask you for a password, it just goes into it straight away. All right? You're handing him that machine. When I told him the fault, as I say, he took out the Seagate hard drive. He said, there you go, that's your problem. You need 2 of these. Take that away with you. Oh, well, now I've got my hard drive. So he can't go on to get my passwords or anything. I've now got that in my hand. Happy days. Happy days. So I didn't have to hand that over, and I came back because that was really worrying me. Bank details, all that on my computer. Not anymore. Got my hard drive. Very, very good. Very, very good. All right. Some messages coming in there. Hello to Mike in Brighton. Morning, Mike. Happy days in Brighton. And congratulations to Mike in Brighton, who has got a new job in a hotel. Congratulations, Mike. He's very pleased. He went for a job, actually. Can I tell him this? I'll wait for your permission to tell you this, okay? I'll ask him about the other job you went for. Chris Woodhouse in the house. Good morning to lovely Chris Woodhouse. Morning, Chris. I haven't spoken to him for a couple of days except last night. Chris says, I hope you have a lovely Christmas with your family. Stay safe, my friend, and take care. Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much, Chris. That's very kind of you to say that. Shania, did I give you a raffle ticket earlier? Did I? Oh, I don't know. Shania, did I do your ticket? I know you'll be honest. Not like a lot of people on here. Did I do your raffle tickets, Shania? Can you let me know, my love? I know I did Jenny Sam's. I did Paul's. Did I do Shania's? You are actually blocked off. Not blocked off, but deleted on the text. So I kind of think I've done yours. Hang on, let me just delete some of these texts. It's getting a little bit complicated there. There we are. Did I do your raffle ticket, Shania? Done Michael Poleman's raffle tickets. Anyone else want a raffle ticket for the Christmas wreath there? Danny says, I've just seen a clip of your mate Naga Manchetti getting the gun John Crackerjack. Oh, I watched that. Denise, don't worry about the lights. It's just cork lights. It was attached with cable ties. I can pop a new set in the post to the winner. How kind is that? How kind is that? If they are in the UK and happy for me to do that, Chris, the thought was there. It's beautiful, that wreath, Denise. I don't think you need lights on there, to be honest. Christopher Davis, good morning. Raffle ticket for you, 207. I think we'll do that in a second. Christopher Davis. Chris Davis, 207 for you, Chris, all right? Where's that gone now? Oh, there it is. 207 for Chris Davis. Raffle ticket for you, Chris. Thank you. Charlie gets it as well. Good. Good. I'm not keen on Charlie. He's just a bit miserable, isn't he? He don't smile much. He gives all the politicians a really hard time. That'd be Shania there. And Gary sent a super chat, did you? I'm sorry, Gary. Thank you very much, Gary. I don't have my super chat song on there, jingle on there at the moment. That's something I haven't done yet. But Gary sent a £5 super chat. Thank you, Gary. And you get our super chat prize, which is happening on Boxing Day, boys and girls, is this. Can you believe that's next Saturday, Boxing Day? There you go. It's one of our beautiful United Kingdom Talk UK lockdown clocks. Okay. Anytime someone sends a £1 super chat, I will give you a free raffle ticket for that. Okay. Gary's just sent me a £5 as a little tip. Thank you, Gary. So I'm going to give you 5 raffle tickets for that. That's a different raffle, okay? You can only go in that if you're it's a special raffle for the super chatters. And that will be drawn on Boxing Day. Live from our Lincolnshire television studio complex. Right, Gary Ross. Actually, you got quite a few tickets in there, haven't you, Gary? If I remember rightly. Let's just write those out for Gary. Sorry, I didn't have the super chat page up there. It usually flashes straight up if I've got it up in front. I didn't have that up in front of me there. Thank you, Gary. There you go. 618 to 622, but you don't need to know the numbers. Okay, because I do tell you the numbers. Super chat raffle for the clock next at Boxing Day, all right? Or this Boxing Day coming. There we go. And they are in there. Good. John Glazebrook says, I love Boxing Day. Football all day. Oh, please, no. Don't even go there. Christ, how boring is that? I bet Matt don't watch that. Does he, your other half, Matt? Does he watch that? Christ. Blimey. Oh, I'm glad I didn't end up with you. I'm glad I didn't end up with you then, John. Michael Lawrence wants a ticket. Thank you, Michael. Let's do you one. 208, Michael. Does he? Does Matt watch the... I can't believe Matt watches the football. He's probably in the other room watching the musical, is he? 208. That's for Michael Lawrence. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, that's it. Mike, there we go. Mike, my friend in Brighton, he's just got a job in a very small hotel, like I think 35 rooms or something like that. Anyway, he's got a new job there as a night porter. Starts on New Year's Eve, actually. Good luck to you, Mike, there. But he went for another job with EE. And it was like one of those video, what do you call them? Video interviews. Unfortunately, there was some sort of technical issue and they couldn't hear him. Probably a tick in a box one of those things, unfortunate things. Anyway, the people that were interviewing him weren't particularly impressed and weren't very polite at all. I mean, really not. Which is completely and utterly unnecessary. And I said to him, well, I'm glad you didn't get the job. If they're like that with you with an interview, what are they going to be like when you work with them? No need for rudeness. No need for people treating their staff like dirt. I've seen that so many times. But Mike sent them a text in the end. It was with EE. You know the shop? EE. They used to be Orange. EE now. Stupid name. Why, oh why, they moved. They changed from Orange to EE. I don't know. Orange was a fantastic brand. EE just doesn't do it to me. Does it you? You know what I mean? My text to EE. This was after this interview that he had, or failed interview. Hi, Chloe, because they were rude to him. Hi, Chloe, I tried to call you to speak with you and about today and the interview that was unsuccessful due to a software setting issue. Please can you accept this as my application withdrawal? I wasn't impressed with the way the issue was dealt with and being made to feel like an inconvenience. If this is the work ethic, I prefer not to be involved. Many thanks, Mike. Brilliant, Mike. Brilliant. Brilliant. Excellent. Who the hell do these people think they are? Managers of places. Most of them are all right. I've got a very good manager at Central Station. He's not them and us. He is, we're all in it together. He's brilliant. Guy is his name. Actually, he's a good friend of John's as well, John Glazebrook, who's in Brixton, in London. But they're not all like that, unfortunately. I like to feel part of a big team, you know. I do like to feel part of a team. Anyway, John says, Matt loves the football the same as me. Oh, Christ. Have you got pictures of you sitting there in your shorts, please? Could you pop them over on my private email? All right. Shall we do the... do you know, we haven't done any of these news stories at all, have we? We've done none of these news stories at all. I can't believe it. What the hell have I been talking about for an hour and a half? I'm not being funny. What on earth have I been talking about for an hour and a half then? Because I don't know. Have we done none of this? Don't get it. Right, we're going to do the raffle then. This is for this beautiful tartan non-light up because the wires come out wreath as provided by our very own Denise Andrews, right? Now, there is no drum... maybe I can get a drum roll. Just a minute. We've got to have the drum roll, haven't we? I've not actually installed the music of that yet. Now, where's that going to be? Maybe jingles. Where's that going to be? Effect. Oh, Kay Burley is back in the UK. Will she run out of money? Oh, dear. Kay Burley's back in the UK. Let me see if we've got drum roll. No, maybe it's under jingle. Effect. Drum roll. Right, here we go. We should be able to play. We can play. Everything's working fine. Working fine. You ready? Here's all your tickets in there. All right. Here we go. Drum roll. Here it comes. I have a ticket. And it's ticket number 207. Who is ticket 207? Let me know now. Text 07551 259 675 or email your claim immediately. Ticket number 207 has won the Christmas wreath, which I will attempt. Oh, excuse me. I will attempt to post to you this afternoon. You need to email me your full postal address. There it is. Chris at UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. Who are you? Ticket number 207. Someone has won the Christmas wreath. Speak now or forever hold thy tongue. Incidentally, something else Denise made. Check this. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's got lights in it as well. Look. Oh, isn't that lovely? Oh, isn't that lovely? I love that. It's fantastic. She made that for me. I think that was for me. That wasn't a present, was it, Rat? Look, it's like a bluey movie colour. She made that out of an old wine bottle. Because I reckon Denise sits there. She has the old wine a lot, you know. I've been round to her house a couple of times. They're drunk as anything, dear. It's terrible. Every few minutes, I see her in the kitchen. She's like that. Terrible, really. I can't put it on. Does that work? Oh, it does, doesn't it? There you go. It's beautiful, that is. Come on, ticket number 207. Who's won? Claim your prize now. Jenny Sam says it's me. No, it's not. It's not you. Jenny Sam says it's me. It's not you, Jenny Sam. There's your ticket. What number's Jenny Sam then? It ain't her. She's trying to claim the bleeding prize. Mandy, Jason, hang on. Gary. Oh, Christ, I'm never going to find this now, is I? Where's yours in here? Oh, there's hundreds of them in here. Oh, I can't find these now. It's not you, dear. Oh, hang on. No, it's John Glazebrook. She's got the numbers wrong. Oh, no, Jason Hughes. Amy Clark. Oh, come on, where is it now? I'm never going to find this, am I? You've got the wrong number, Jenny. Oh, I can't find you. There's too many tickets in me. I've just kind of just flicked them over quickly, but can't find you in here. No, it's not you, darling. Come on, ticket number 207. Who is it? If it don't get claimed by Christmas Day, we'll do it again Christmas Day. You'll have to put it in a box and use it next year. All right, no harm in trying. Hasn't written down the number. Oh, it's that old game, innit? Let's claim just in case. You haven't even written down the number. Dear me, where are you? I'll have to send round Mandy Davenport. She'll attack. She'll punish you. Oh, can I do it? Where's the whip? No, I can't find it. I don't know where that whip's going to be. Good. So that's that. Had a nice night last night, actually. My mate came over. And as I say, we watched. We had a McDonald's. We did McDonald's last night. I know. 3 times in 4 weeks. That's shocking. Shocking. So it's drive-through now, McDonald's, and it's all done very well. There's a bloke. There's young. They're always young people, aren't they? He was gorgeous. Oh, this bloke. He comes. You come down in your car. You don't go in the shop at all. And there's, I think, 3 of them standing along the queue of cars, and they come to your window. They take your order. This gorgeous lad came over. It was about 26, wasn't old, 26, 25. I don't think he was younger than 20. He was about 25, 26 years old. He's taken the order. Of course, my mate's all over him. It's disgusting. 47 years old he is. Oh, don't understand these people who fancy people so much younger than themselves. So, hello, darling, can we have this? And straight away he starts putting on the campness so that he knows we're puffs. There's me. All right, mate, can I have this? Yeah, I try and speak to them in the same tone that these lads speak to. Otherwise, some of them you make them feel uncomfortable when you put on the campness, you see. Not my mate. He puts it all on so that it's really obvious. So I ordered my food and we went there and paid. And my mate shouted out, he said, could we have another shot of chocolate things? Right. So the member of staff, she went to do another shot. The manager's come over. What's he say? No, that's all they've paid for. Miserable bastard. That's all they've paid for. How much would it have cost them to put that little ice cream thing under there and give us a few more little bits of chocolate? You tight-fisted git. Anyway, so we came back here, had our McDonald's, which was absolutely delicious, I have to say. Really, really nice. Watched the latest episode of Star Trek. And then I'd take my car out. And it was so nice to go for a drive. Because I haven't been for a drive for about 6 weeks. It was so, I just took it out of the garage, really, so that I knew it works for when I go up to Lincolnshire, unless Boris changes his mind, which is possible, I suppose. There's some sort of new variant virus, isn't there, out there now? It just goes on and on. So we sat there and watched Star Trek. I had a little cry when Philippa, the Emperor, has gone there. Not dead, she's just gone to some sort of other universe or something like that. So that was great. And then we went to Aldi. And guess what I found in Aldi? Guess what I found in Aldi? I found the pudding, the twisted sticky toffee pudding. There it was. We found it. So we went round the shop, not particularly busy. You know, when we go shopping, 9:30 at night, hardly anyone in the shop. A little bit busy on a Friday than it is during the week, but that was okay. Bought a load of other stuff, went to the till. Is that a friend on the till? I say I have a friend, you know, she's always there, this lady on the till. Wonderful girl. And she gets to the pudding. She says, we've had a couple of these bought back. I thought, oh no. I said, okay. Why is that? She said, the pudding inside isn't sealed. We're not sure if it's supposed to be like that or not. Do you want me to open the box? Yeah, if you would, right? So she opens a box. And out comes this little plastic thing full of sticky toffee. It looked absolutely fabulous. Very bad for you. Full of sugar. Looked beautiful. Brown sticky toffee. That must be the stuff you pour over, I suppose. And there's the pudding in this plastic container, you know, microwave job. Sponge puddings in microwaves, they work really well, really well. They come up beautiful in a microwave. Anyway, so this sponge pudding, this is largish. It's in this plastic thing, except there's no plastic film over the top, which didn't seem right to us. I mean, I'm all for not having plastic and stuff like that, but at this moment in all our lives, it was in a box. Okay, it was in a sealed box. Nevertheless, the pudding didn't have a piece of plastic film over the top of it. Now, actually, I would have rejected it as well. My mate is very, very funny. The moment it goes out of date, he chucks it away. I'm not like that. I mean, I've had stuff that years out of date, dear. Still not dead. You know, cans. I buy out of date cans from the tin shop in Lincolnshire. Nothing wrong with them. Couple of years old, even some of this stuff. Baked beans, 2 years old. Open a tin, nothing wrong with it. Doesn't smell, nothing crawling around in there. Eat. But he's very, very funny with that, and immediately he rejected it, which saved me a £5. Because they're not particularly cheap, these things, but they looked absolutely delicious. So we still haven't got one of those sticky toffee puddings. It's a sticky toffee twisty pudding or something like that it is. In the fresh section, in like a fridge. Failed there, unfortunately. So from there, I dropped my shopping here and dropped his shopping at his house. And then we went to Asda. And we only went to Asda for one reason, and that was to give the car a bit of a run. And also, they got cheap petrol there. When I say cheap petrol, I mean, I wouldn't go to Asda just to fill up the petrol. I wanted to take the car for a run because I was concerned it had been sat in the garage for 6 weeks, which is probably perfectly all right, to be honest. But, you know, I just want to make sure it's going to work on Wednesday sort of thing. Not that I've got any reason to believe it won't, except the fact that it had been sitting there for 6 weeks. And we went up to Asda, which is about a 20-minute drive from here, and filled up the petrol there. The petrol we paid at Asda, 109. 109. The local Sainsbury's here were charging 116. So we're talking 109, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 7, 14, 28 pence, call it 33. So probably saved about £2, which, I mean, you would have spent in petrol getting there, I suppose. But I wanted to take the car for a run. But yeah, I mean, it's considerable. Remember, when you see that price, you know, it might be 10p a litre dearer up the road. That's 40p a gallon. That's not a small amount to save. Every time you fill up, saving a couple of quid by going to the cheapest place. Obviously, you don't want to be driving miles to get there because that defeats the object. But we saw another petrol station 121, so considerable saving between 109 and 121 a litre, isn't it? And that was at Asda, and then came back here, and that was it. What a nice day! What a busy day! Like I said to you earlier on, Gary, what a busy day. Starting off with my radio show, then the computer, then picking up the computer, then to McDonald's, then to Aldi, then to Asda. What a busy day. And I still had trouble sleeping last night. That's been going on for weeks, that not sleeping business. It's terrible. John says I'm very funny when it comes to dates on food. I've never had a date on a bun. Oh, you mean the printed dates? Maureen, 8:20 tonight. Michael McIntyre's The Wheel tonight. My favourite comedian. I love it. I love it. Tonight, BBC One Colour, Michael McIntyre's The Wheel. Or is it The Wheel or Wheel? Spin the wheel, spin the wheel. I love it. So funny. Please watch it tonight, okay? We have a winner. Thank you. We've got a winner, Christopher Davis. Ticket number 207. There's his name on the back. Christopher Davis. He has claimed his prize. Now he's in Telford. Okay. Good God. I'm looking at your address. Obviously, I won't read it out. Part of your address, Christopher, is exactly the same as mine. How funny is that? One of the words. It's all right, I won't read it. I would never read anyone's address out. One of the words in your address is exactly the same as mine. I've not seen that anywhere before. Well done. Yeah, nice one. Okie doke. How are we doing there? Let's have a look. Right, we'll do a couple of stories. What is there anything else to do today? Have we done all that? We've done the raffle. We've done the main things, haven't we now? Done all the other bits and pieces. Alien Hunters. Alien Hunters. There's always people looking in space. We've got the stars coming soon. On Monday, there should be a very bright star in the sky. Now, where to look? Find the moon. I don't know if the moon... Is the moon out on Monday, actually? Where the moon is, it's kind of down to the south east of the moon. So if you see the moon, it's down there. It's down there. This bright star will be there. What it is two planets coming very close together, Jupiter and Saturn. And they're so close that they will look like one bright star. Only happens once every 400 years. And the weather forecast is that it will be cloudy on Monday, but there will be breaks in the cloud. Apparently quite low down in the sky. So you need to go somewhere where there's not too many trees and buildings. Once every 400 years, that's worth going out. So Monday night, I will probably go over to the forest at pitch black, so I take a torch with me. I might actually... Have I got another torch? I might actually buy another torch, actually. Oh, no, I've got the torch on my phone, haven't I? That'll be fine. Just charge that up. I might actually go over the forest on late Monday night. I expect there'll be other people there as well. And go up on... There's a big hill over there. And you can see right around on this hill and see if I can see it. So keep an eye on that, all right? Monday night, the conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter will look like a very, very bright star in the sky. So I'm quite excited about something like that. Anything to do with stars or whatever. Anyway, another story in the Daily Mail on that sort of line. A mysterious radio signal from our nearest stellar neighbour is being carefully investigated by a team of alien hunting astronomers. The aliens are coming! Researchers from Breakthrough Listen Project, which is a £70 million initiative to find alien life through radio telescopes, have been studying the radio waves since April 2019. The star Proxima Centauri is 4.2 light years from Earth. So if you were travelling at the speed of light, it would take you 4.2 years to get there. Long time, isn't it? It's got two confirmed planets, a Jupiter-like gas giant and a rocky world called Proxima b inhabitable zone. The signal was spotted by Parkes Radio Telescope in Australia in April or May 2020, and unlike previous radio bursts, hasn't been attributed to any Earth-based or near-Earth human-created source. There are signals coming. The aliens are trying to talk to us! It's likely the signal has a natural explanation, but that hasn't stopped alien-hunting astronomers from listening more closely than they really would. Isn't that exciting? Perhaps we found someone. Perhaps someone's going to come and visit us a few days before Christmas. Could it be anything to do with a bright star? Yes. Rachel says, download the app Stellarium. There's a charge, but it's... we can't be paying for stuff, Rachel, dear. Far too expensive. It's probably, what is it, about $2.99 or something like that. It shows you where all the satellites are. I might do that then, actually, Rachel. I do have an app on my phone, actually, but it's I find it difficult to use. I managed to catch a glimpse of the International Space Station using the app. Will's photography suggested it. Okay, I'll have a look at that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. I'll have a look at that. The burglars have got a new trick to break into your home. I say it's a trick. No more crowbars. No, now they're using a blowtorch. Christ. Don't get in the way. Blow your eyes out. Anyone see that film Hostel, where that woman had her eyes blowtorched out? It's a horror film. I could see Gary doing that to someone for a laugh. Or Harry, more likely. Brazen thieves in the Daily Mail used a blowtorch to break into two homes in the same Peak District village in a matter of hours, in the latest example of a terrifying new trend. The criminals used the tool to burn for a hole through the UPVC front door to gain entry to a house in Derbyshire where they stole £33,000 worth of vehicles. They took wallets and keys to a £25,000 Audi S1. Do you know what that is? Probably a good thing there. Audi S. I've just got an email. Roy has just texted in and say, ticket please. You're a bit late, Roy. We've done it. Oh, you must be watching. We've done the raffle, Roy. Are you watching behind? Is that the time where you are now? You may be watching. You may have joined us earlier in the show somehow. I don't know how you do that. We've done the raffle ages ago, mate. It's finished. Sorry. Yeah, they took a load of stuff. I mean, wow. Police said the break-in method at 3:15 a.m. on Tuesday was unusual and linked to another burglary nearby. Wow. It comes 1 year after the police 20 miles away warned of a spate of new blowtorch burglaries, with reports of similar crimes also in Bradford and Hull. Christ. You don't want to go in any of those, do you? I just wanted to have a look for you, Rachel, this star thing I've got. I can't remember what it's called now. Roy says, no wonder why I lost. We did it ages ago, Roy. Fancy asking for a raffle ticket after the raffle's taken place. Are you paying full attention, dear? Now, what's it called? Star something. Oh, here we are. Star Walk. See, I've got Star Walk, which was free. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not very good at it. It doesn't... I don't think it actually shows you planets, funnily enough. But you're supposed to hold it up, right? And then what you see is what comes on the screen. I don't know how it works. Does yours do the same as that, Rachel? Do you sort of hold it up to the sky and depending and sort of move around and the plough appears and oh, there's the plough. Does it work like that? Yours? I don't know if it does or not, my love. If it does, I might give that one a go. Gary Butler's uncle. What's this? Oh. You know that email I sent to your computer, man? It's come back to me. Unable to deliver. Oh, I might have put a full stop there accidentally. Maybe I put the wrong email on there, Gary. Oh, well, never mind. Right, what's just flashed up there? Thank you, John. You can still text in if you want, gang. We're not quite disappearing yet. 07551 259 675, or send an email. Just a reminder, if you just joined the show, I don't come into the chat box at all anymore. That's just for you to chat to. Mike in Brighton says Night Sky is a free app and shows everything. Night Sky. Okay, we'll try that one then. Night Sky. Shall I do that now? You don't mind me doing this while you're chatting away to each other, do you? Night Sky. Nighttime. Nighttime. I hope this is a good one. Don't want crap ones. Night Sky. I'll give that a go first as it's free. Or we're a bit tight. Night Sky. There it is. Night Sky. Oh. Guide to the Sky. There we get. Touch ID to install. Look how old this phone is now. It's falling apart, this phone, you know. What a shame you didn't get that job in EE. You could have nicked me a phone. There we are. That's downloading on there. So that's the blowtorch story. This is a bit sad, really. Bad marks to someone's mum for this. In the Daily Mirror. A mum has come under fire for refusing to attend her daughter's Christmas school play. Right? Why? Because she was cast as a tree. You know what some of these mothers are like. My daughter's not going to be in it unless she plays the Virgin Mary. They always want the star. Everyone has a part. She was cast as a tree. Can we do tree? I'm going to do tree for you now. Go on, do tree. I am now a tree. Is that working for you? The woman explained that her daughter's second grade school play was coming up and she was meant to be a singing angel. Oh! But when she received an email from the teacher saying that her little girl wanted to be a tree instead because she didn't want to sing, she was horrified. Stupid old bag. She told her daughter she wouldn't take a day off work as its trees don't do anything, leaving her daughter in floods of tears. What a horrible mother. You know the sort, don't you? Keep pushing their children because they're missing something out of their own lives. So they try and install it in their children instead. What an awful... It's like some of these fathers at football matches. Have you seen them? Little boys running around a football pitch, 8, 9, 10 years old. Some of them are not particularly good at it. And the fathers, and some of the mothers, screaming at them, "You're effing useless, you are." Dreadful. What do you think that does to a child? They must be encouraged, praised, even when they get it wrong. You got that wrong, but it doesn't matter. This is what you do next time. Children must be encouraged and praised, and not told that they are stupid. It's disgusting. Isn't it? What a horrible woman. Explaining her decision, the mum said, "I spoke to the teacher and told her absolutely not. My daughter will not be a tree," and the teacher agreed. She said, "My daughter is the..." Here we go. Ready? "My daughter is the best singer in the class, and she even has a solo. But also that is my daughter refuses to sing, I can't... But also that if my daughter refuses to sing, she can't make her." Although she tried begging her daughter, the woman said her little girl was firm in her decision and that she wanted to be a tree. The little girl, she wanted to be a tree. The trees don't do anything. Why am I going to pay to... Incorrect spelling. Why am I going to play... Bad editing. Why am I going to pay to see my daughter do nothing but stand there in a tree costume? Because she's your daughter. Wow. She started crying and ran and told my husband he was no help. I bet he was. I bet he was help to your daughter, not you, you miserable old piece of baggage. Dreadful. Dreadful. He took her side. That's what dads do. He took her side and said that it doesn't matter if she wants to be a tree because there'll be more plays in the future and she might want to be something else. I told him that I would go to those plays then, but I'm not going to this one. Well, boo-hoo to you. Oh, what a horrible mother. I'm glad you're not my mother. How lovely. So your child is standing there on the stage and you're not there? I can understand if you're a nurse or a doctor, but you're not, are you? What a horrible woman. Ah, that's just horrible, that is. Really, really horrible. No. People running down children, that really upsets me, that does. Telling them they're useless. Must always be praised, especially at that age. What do you think that does to that child? Disgusting. Thank you. Rachel, you hold it up, calibrate it. Oh, you've got to calibrate it, have you? And everything is in the exact place. I can see Mars with the naked eye. Oh, I don't know if you should be walking around with a naked eye. Might offend someone. Put some clothes on, dear. Only because I know exactly where it is using the app. Well, I'll try that, the free one. Here it is. I've got it now. Night sky, open. Oh, there it is. Skip. Oh, do we want to skip the tutorial? Billions of stars, search an object. Oh, go on, skip the tutorial. I can't be bothered with it. Oh, hang on. What's this now? What have I got to do to this now? Geolocation permissions. Allow. Push notifications are needed to notify you about stargazing conditions. Iridium flares. Oh, what are they? Push notifications are needed to notify you about stargazing conditions, object rise times, ISS, International Space Station flyovers, and iridium flares. Oh, well, I like the sound of that. Please allow. Go on then. I'll allow that. Access to the camera is required. Okay, allow that. Access to the calendar is required to suggest night sky tours for upcoming trips. No, don't want that one. Don't want the music. Don't want the sound effects. Show satellites. Oh, this looks quite good. Okay. Right, so that's done, is it? Right, that's it. Let's see what we got then. Oh, look, here he gets moving around. Look, it moves around. So where am I now? Where's the plough? The plough, obviously it's daytime, so I can't see with my eye. Oh. We got any planets? Where's the planets then? Oh, Venus. Oh, Venus is quite low down. So where is, what did I say? Jupiter and Saturn. There's all the satellites. Oh, this is quite good. Right. Where's Jupiter and Saturn? Aquarius. Oh, it's even star. There's even stars underneath me. Look at that. How do we search? Oh, come on. Search. Ah, here we are. Search. Jupiter. This is good, isn't it? Right, Jupiter. Oh, where is it then? That's not worked. No, done. Jupiter. Oh, I don't know. Another thing I can't work. Jupiter. Jupiter. Now what do I do? So what do I do? Oh, planets. Done. So, planets. So what now? I see, I don't know. Not intuitive. Can't work it. No, can't work it. No, delete that. That's annoyed me now, that has. Useless. Thank you for that useless piece of information, Mike. Can't work that. Deleting. Can't bear it, dear. Not intuitive. Removing app. Delete app. Gone. Thank you. I can't stand stuff that I can't work. It needs to be intuitive. That's not intuitive. Requires learning stuff. Oh, I can't be bothered to learn stuff, dear. I really can't. Watch out for the rain. Lots of rain coming. We've had some this morning. Oh, this is good. I'm going to do one more story, and then we're going to disappear today because we've been here a couple of hours. I can't believe that. I love this story. Britain's worst guide dog. Well, he's not a bad dog. He's not going out and attacking people. But in this morning's Metro, a 4-year-old black Labrador, Victoria, is a very good dog. But she's an awful guide dog. Victoria, who's been called Britain's worst guide dog, worked to support someone who's blind. Unfortunately, the dog struggled to remember her training. Rather than helping to guide Frankie, that's the owner, Victoria kept wandering off for food. She's probably hungry. Children do that, don't they? Never take your eyes off children. They disappear. First place to check, sweet shop. They're hungry. It says Frankie suddenly stopped in the street, and once she went off a railway platform after being distracted by another dog, leaving the poor bloke standing there. She would also nick food from bags under desks at Frankie's workplace, Thames Water in Reading in Berkshire, so not far from here. Guide dogs attempted to retrain Victoria and improve her work, but nothing stuck. It's probably good that now she's retired, Victoria clearly wasn't suited to her role. The news that's definitely good is that the dog has now found a loving home where she doesn't need to stress about doing a job that wasn't right for her. And she's a beautiful Labrador. My sister is a big fan of Labrador dogs. She's had several in her lives. Beautiful. My personal favourite one was a dog called Duchess, who I took for a couple of walks once. Beautiful dog, and she had a dog called Rocky. That's my nephew. My nephew hasn't got a dog, has he? No, he hasn't. He's got cats, hasn't he? He's got a cat called Rocky. Right, let me just check my menu of things that I was going to talk about and see what I've done and what I haven't. Hungry how? The other thing I was going to say, yeah. Well, there's 2 more items there. No, I'm going to take those off there. Let's just take those off there. Okay. And put there like that. Right, one more final look at your messages today. I'll check the emails. Rachel says sometimes you have to zoom in to see the planets. Yeah, what I would expect, to be honest, Rachel and Mike and anyone else who's got these star things, I see that I'm moving stuff around like this, right? And it said there was a search. So I typed in Jupiter, as you saw me do there. I would then expect it to say, okay, move left or move right or move up or move down. But it doesn't. And you end up doing this. And you're trying to look at these little words on there. And you're going up and down. And you can't see them. Not intuitive. Not intuitive. Unlike Apple stuff, which is pretty intuitive. You know, you just pick it up and start using it and you know what to do. That, I don't know what to do. Not your one, the one that Mike sent, but I'll try your one as well there, Rachel. I do struggle with technology things, really, to be honest, and not being able to work certain things and this, that and the other. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks so much, boys and girls. I'm back with you on Monday morning, 10 o'clock Monday morning, with a new computer working and everything. Everything's working with a new computer working at reachonair.com. I do a daily radio show there, 10 to 11 o'clock Monday to Friday, except for Christmas Day, because I'm a little bit busy Christmas Day. There will, however, be one of these shows on Christmas morning, probably quite early, somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock, I would expect to start. I have to be finished absolutely 9:45 at the absolute latest. When I say 9:45, I don't mean 9:45 and then I roll the film. You know, 9:45 off. I've got to be finished by then to be ready to rebroadcast the church service on my religious music and religious music channel there. All right, my love. So thanks very much for that. So that will be next Monday. I'll be with you again for the Music and Chat show at reachonair.com. Thanks very much for your likes on the show today. Thanks so much to Gary Ross for his £5 tip. That's much appreciated. Another chat show. I'll see you on Christmas morning. Have a lovely day. Thanks very much for watching and listening. Cheerio now.